Well, thank you for coming on the red carpet, Miss Kalia.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me.
You're very welcome. Can you let the audience a little bit know about yourself?
Well, I'm a California girl, surfer, skater. I do a lot of commercial and modeling and print. I also, I'm a big cheerleader and I love art. Yeah.
And what attracted you to begin your acting careers, especially as such as your young age?
Okay, this is funny. When I was little, there was a show called Liv and Maddie. You might know it. Yeah, well, it just got on Netflix, and I started watching it with my aunt and my mom. And I saw this character, Dove Cameron, and I was like, how does she have this twin, blah, blah, blah. And my mom was like, well, she's a character that plays two roles. And I was like, are actually? And I asked my mom, I was like, I want to start acting immediately. So she brought me in and we started doing that.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what got you started into acting, and how long have you been surfing?
Surfing. I think I started about like 2 years ago. Well, I've been about at the beach, like trying to get on boards for about 5 years,
Okay,
but I started actually like 3 years ago. Yeah.
nice. Is it pretty
Yeah.
hard or what?
I'm still getting used to it, but I'm getting the hang of it. I used to do a lot of just staying on my knees and riding the wave, but I'm actually getting used to standing up on the board.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We
And you
actually
have
went
to,
to the beach yesterday, so
wow,
that's
and you have
fun.
to time it, right? To when to
I
stand on
know.
on the board, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing. I've been having trouble with that recently.
So, what is the most challenging aspect of being an actress so far?
Well, I think the balance between having trying to have like a regular life with school and kids and all my friends and trying to have the acting life where I can get as many commercials and auditions as possible. So,
Mhm. And how do you balance your life between acting and going to school?
um, well, when I'm at school, I try not to talk about my acting. I try to just keep it low key, have fun with my friends. I usually just let them talk about themselves because um sorry, I'm nervous. I actually don't talk about myself a lot, but um yeah, I usually let them talk, do all that. And when I'm at cheer, I just follow instructions and do my job. So it's just like I never really have time to talk about acting, but when I do have acting, it's like so awesome. Like it's a feeling that I can't really explain.
Yeah. Where is your safe place where you feel like you can really be yourself?
Um, Definitely my cheer gym. Because my mom actually, I think about 8 years ago, decided to make a cheer gym, and it was because I love cheerleading so much. So I think it's so awesome that she did that for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really awesome. And what age did you start cheerleading, if you mind me asking?
Um, about 2, 3 years old. I did gymnastics when I was months old until I was 2, and I realized, and mom was like, I've done, like, because she's done cheer almost her entire life. So she was like, I'm just gonna put her into it and see what she does. And I loved it. So,
The family footsteps.
yeah.
For sure. Let's get into your acting part of your career. I know that you do a lot of commercials. What part of the film industry do you enjoy the most as far as the genre and and how's it been for you at such a young age being in the industry?
Well, I started when I was 3, and I think at that time I was kind of clueless on what I was doing. But then over the years, I started to get it and understand. And my like oh, sorry. I started to understand it and know what the like when I'm going in, how to act and how to be like professional and yeah.
Yeah,
So it's definitely a big learning thing.
big learning experience. And
Yeah.
so, like, you've been in it since three. Now you're at this part of your life. You're
Hmm.
still young. What have you
Yeah.
learned since?
Well, oh my God. I oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like my brain is going crazy. Um yeah, I'm so nervous. I'm so sorry.
No, let's come back to that. Ryochi, what you
Okay,
got?
okay.
No, we will definitely come back. And don't worry, I've been nervous as well. So you're not only one.
Same.
And Daryl has been nervous as well. So, um, I've been nervous at very beginning when I started this show. So please don't feel bad at all.
Yeah,
I'm being
I'm
honest
just
with
learning
you.
how to like talk about myself once again. Like I can't like
No,
it's
you're totally okay. I've been in your shoes. So,
thank
um,
you.
I noticed you were on Darman, and
Yeah.
I brought that up because I saw that. And
Yeah.
if we can talk a little bit about Darman,
Awesome.
what
Yeah.
was the experience like being on Darman? Because Darman, it's so amazing that you
Yeah.
have all ages, adults, grandparents, teenager, young kids watching
Yeah.
Darman, and it's
Yeah.
going on for how many seasons, how many episodes.
Yeah.
So, what was your experience being on Darman, and what did you like most about it?
Well, I think first when I started to, came in, I on my first day I was kind of nervous because I know I've seen it around. I watched all the videos and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she was like, just be yourself. And so I went in and I realized they're literally just a big family. They are nothing less than that. And so the first day was amazing. They were so sweet. They realized I was a little bit nervous, but then as I started to go more and more, it, I think I was added onto that family and multiple other people that I've met along the journey also as well.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, is there any particular actress that you worked with on Darman?
Um, well, yeah, one of my friends, Kaden, she's amazing. I love her so much. I think you guys have actually done something with her, but yeah, we met on a commercial a while ago, and I thought she was just the most amazing person. And as we started to talk more and as to get more jobs and seeing each other, became bigger friends. And now it's just that we see each other at jobs.
Well, that's amazing. And yes, Kaden has been on our show, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, the reason I asked you because I noticed you worked with her a lot. So big shout out to Kaden, and
Yeah, I love her.
congratulations on your role on Darman. So I'm so proud of you, and you're doing it absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
When it comes to being an actor and in this moment, you being nervous, how do you combat that when you're auditioning or when you go in for an in-person audition? What do you say to yourself to go, this is the job I have to do and I'm going to do it?
Sometimes it's different because obviously at auditions I'm talking to myself and or I can see myself or I know that I'm playing a role, I'm playing somebody else. But when I'm talking to somebody else, I don't really like realize that it's not just me.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's a little different.
Yeah. And so what do you do? Do you just like, I know you're nervous now, but
Hmm.
when you audition, are you just mainly the character now? And so,
Yeah,
okay, so
I totally
you
have to get in that mindset.
so you just completely go here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah, I know
I've
that
actually
was.
been yeah. I've been pretty good at it since I was little. I'm good from churning from two sides because obviously been doing it for a long time. I mean, I Yeah, it's different when I have to talk to myself, but I love switching like from being a totally different character and being me. So that's kind of fun. That's also one of my favorite parts of acting.
That is so cool that at such a young age you've learned this about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
to do it so well, looking at your resume, the big time commercials that you've booked, it just speaks volumes about you.
Honestly, I can't even believe it myself.
It's a
It's kind of
gift,
crazy. Yeah,
definitely a gift.
It really is a gift. Um, I know it may
thank you
be
so much.
hard for you to choose, but which one is the favorite commercial you've done so far?
Oh, commercial. Aquarium of the Pacific. I actually recently got a what is it called? A Young Artist Award for my Aquarium of the Pacific. I've been going there since I was little, and I think I've had season passes for like ever, and I thought it was so awesome when I got the audition. I really didn't think I was going to. And I saw all these amazing animals that I wasn't able to see behind the scenes. I got to feed them. I got to even pet some of them, so it was oh so amazing. And yeah, it was really fun and special.
That's absolutely
So, is
amazing.
this a zoo in Los Angeles?
Aquarium. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
in Long Beach.
Long
Long
Beach.
Beach.
Okay. Um, my next question is, what is your why? Why did you want to get involved into acting and modeling?
I like I think that it's like a challenge. Like I love to give myself a challenge. It's something hard. Sometimes it's easy to do something new, and sometimes it's hard. And also, once again, that learning aspect that you like really get to get into it. So yeah.
Very
Well, I
cool.
think it's fantastic that you are really finding yourself,
Yeah.
knowing your capabilities, knowing what you can handle and what you can't, but also finding some kind of balance in your life. Like you
Yeah.
said, you go to school, you don't really tell your friends what you do,
Yeah.
and you want to be normal to an extent, even
Yes.
though you're probably not.
Yeah. That I try my absolute hardest to have that equal balance. So, yeah.
That's true, and I'm proud of it as well because, you want to have that moment when you go to school. You don't want to hear anything about your acting life. You just want to hear,
Yeah, it's really hard.
your friends. Um,
Yeah.
but just the, curiosity, does your friends ever say, "Hey, I saw you on commercial like the night before"?
Absolutely. It happens all the time. And I try to have those short responses, like when everybody knows about Darman and they talk about it a lot. When actually today when I was at school, I walked into some kid looking at my video. Yeah, I forgot to tell my mom about that this today, but I um today I was walking to behind the class to go throw something away and I saw a video of myself getting crashed into a locker. And I was like, what are you guys doing? It was so
How
funny.
does that make you feel?
I was like, what are you doing? But I think we just laughed it off and they were like, oh, I just wanted to see what you did. And I was like, that's awesome, right? Yeah.
That's
And about
good.
the school thing. I mean, when they talk about it, I obviously try to have short responses like, oh, are you in this? Oh, I'm auditioning, stuff like that. Yeah.
That's really good. What is your long-term goal, your 5-year goal plan?
I think I want to get into some comedy and some drama. I think I would love to have that together. Comedy and drama for sure. Some TV film. Yeah, that would be awesome because I'm just starting to get into some TV film, so I think that would be my goal to get that on top. Yeah,
Do
I
you?
just auditioned. Oh, sorry.
No, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I just auditioned for a SAG movie and a Disney commercial or a Disney show.
Nice. That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
That was
Awesome.
actually my next question. Does your modeling and, um, anytime you're doing commercials, it gets around to a lot of people. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of eyes on it. Do you feel like that's starting to help you in TV now?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yeah, I just go with the flow. I mean, if people talk about it, people talk about it. If they don't, they don't. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, I mean from the aspect of you being booked for a TV or film, do you
Oh
feel
yeah.
like your publicity as a really well-known commercial actress, do you feel like that's helping you in TV film when you're auditioning and stuff?
Yes, for sure.
That's awesome. Do you have any other upcoming projects that you would like to tell the audience?
Well, we're definitely doing some more Razor, which I'm excited about. And hopefully I get that SAG movie or that Disney show. I'm really hoping.
And what is that, if you mind me asking, Ra is that Razor you said?
Yeah, Razor. I'm signed with them.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Razor Scooter. Yeah.
Now cheerleading. You do
Yeah.
cheerleading. Is there a point in your life that if you have to choose one of these, acting, cheerleading, modeling, is there ever a moment in that you ever thought in the future you may have just pick one and just stick it with it, or do you just hoping to do acting and cheerleading?
Well, I that's always kind of been part of my life doing all three. But if I ever get like a really big job or something I have to be gone for the summer or something I have to be gone for months, I mean, I would definitely go for the acting job because that's a one in a lifetime situation. I mean, who wouldn't take that? But I would also want to, obviously, there'll be a teacher there, so obviously I'll do some schoolwork and I'll still talk to my cheer friends.
Absolutely amazing. Because it's always difficult at a young age because when you get older, you it's like it's hard to make a decision if you want to stay with
Yeah.
acting or you want to stay with modeling or you just want to do cheerleading. And so I just kind of had to ask that question. I know it's too early to ask that, but it's like you never know what
I
could happen, right?
I think I'm always just so busy, so I've never really thought about which one I had to choose. It's always been just, oh, we're doing this, now we're doing that, we're auditioning, oh, it's cheer practice, oh, in the morning you have school. It's always just like back to back, but I love it.
I was about
Yeah.
to ask you if you love it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
of
Like you're
course.
so curiosity, what is your crazy schedule like when you have audition, acting, modeling, and cheerleading? Like, what time do you have to get up? What time do you go to bed? How long is your whole day?
On a crazy day, usually with auditions and all that, I get up around 7 to do school. School starts at 8, that goes until 3, and usually I have to do homework. And if it's a day that I'm teaching, because I actually teach tinies as well, they're like 4 to like 7-year-old kids, I get to teach them cheerleading. But if it's a day that I have practice, that starts around 5, so I get some homework done. And then I have that practice. And if right after I have a um, uh, coaching with my amazing teacher, Ramel, I get to do that. And then I get my auditions done and I have dinner. So yeah, I probably get home around 10 or 11.
Wow, that's a long
See,
day.
busy.
That is a long day.
That's busy.
Yeah.
So my question for you,
Mhm.
your parents got you into this.
Yes.
They've seen you grow and just watching you evolve, how has that been for them? How proud are they of you? I mean, it has to be amazing because I feel like, it's not always the first choice that a parent wants to put their child into acting.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I
definitely
mean?
think I definitely think it was I don't think she ever really thought of it until I brought it up about that whole Dove Cameron situation. She was like, "Oh my goodness, she wants to do this. Let's put her in it now and see how she feels." And I don't think there's a moment in their life when they're not trying to figure out an audition I should do or when I should obviously go to practice or go to school. It's crazy because everything in their life is about me. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy.
Are you the only child?
I am the only child,
And it should definitely be all about you.
always.
There we go.
There we go. Um, what is your favorite genre, and what is your dream genre role that you want to play?
Disney comedy. Like, I want to be that best friend on a Disney show that just cracks everybody up. Yeah. I've always wanted to be one of those roles, so.
And who's your favorite comedian that you look up to?
Adam Sandler.
And why is that?
I grew up with him. I mean, um, yeah, I love that he gets to work with his friends and that
Yeah.
he's created that family and that he's done all that. And I love his movies. I mean, I don't think you can name a single movie that I don't know. And I love his comedy. And yeah, I mean, I've grown up with him. So it's just like, I actually, when I went to a Nickelodeon award, the kids, yeah, Nickelodeon's Kids Choice Awards, I was in the slime pit. But before we all got slimed, he was walking by and I actually waved at him and he waved at me back and I thought it was so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I actually got to see Dove Cameron as well. So two of my crazy people that I've always wanted to meet, I got to meet. So
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
yeah.
I'm going to write off of Ryochi's and ask who inspires you.
My family? Yeah, for sure. For sure, my family. My mom has actually been doing acting since she was little. So I think I get that acting from my mom and my grandma, because my grandma did some too. I get the cheerleading also from my mom, and I get the other sports from my dad. So it's kind of a mix of everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. And you said you get your other sport from your dad. So,
Yeah.
if you mind me asking, what other sport do you get from your dad?
Golfing. I love golfing so much. And I think just sports in general, because he did so many as a kid. So I think that kind of inspires me to try out for every school thing. Because this year I actually tried out for volleyball. I've never done volleyball ever, but I made the team. That was pretty cool. So and I did track. And I think just sports in general that he's done has inspired me to try out for more things at school.
That's amazing. And you said golf. So, did you watch the big, my mind just went blank, the golf tournament?
I think I was too busy, to be honest. But my dad definitely did.
Yes. It's, and if you mind me asking, did your dad like that whoever he was cheering for? Did
Yeah, for sure. I remember coming home and he was like, "Yeah!" He was so happy. It's
did
crazy.
you were like I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. The TV's like off, it's warm.
Well, that's amazing that you're going into many sports, volleyball, golf, and you're doing cheerleading, you're doing acting, modeling. Um, you know, I think it's inspiring, to be honest, to to me because you're motivating other young athletes out there to do sports, to be active,
For
you know,
sure.
and I think that helps, you know, everybody to kind of forget about what's happening for the moment and just have fun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It's all about having fun. That's why me and my family's go-to word is go with the flow. Because who knows what's gonna happen next? And I think just live in the moment and don't care what anybody else says and just be you. I mean, yeah.
Wow, you just said it right there. I'm serious. That is true. Go
Yeah.
for it and go with the flow, you know, just have fun for the moment because, you know, tomorrow's another day and forget about what
Exactly.
other people say. That is a really good message that you just said and that it's going to help the next upcoming future you know, athletes and actors out there.
Yeah.
I think my question for you is what quote, start thinking now, best describes you?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to make up my own on this one, just like I said before. Oh my goodness. Being yourself, going with the flow, not caring what anybody else says, and being you and going for that role and going for that audition and going for that spot in a play or going for that um and and going for that new sport that you wanted to try or on a cheer team trying to level up, getting new skills. Anything that makes you happy, I think you should go for.
That's awesome.
That's
And I
awesome.
think that's what youth and young people need more now than ever
For
is
sure.
other youth and young people going, yo, you
I
can,
know.
you will.
Yeah.
And
Like,
yeah, and watching them make it happen.
yeah. It's my top thing. Like I said, I coach the tinies at my cheer gym. And I always like whenever they're trying a new skill or whatever, they're always like, I can't. And I was like, you don't say that. And so I got my whole team saying, I can do this, I can try, I can. So at the beginning, before we do our full routine, I have them go into the corner and they all stomp their foot and they say, I can do this. And everybody goes in a circle and says, I can do this. And I try. And I think it's amazing because I think I started that.
Yeah.
So it's cool to know.
That's absolutely amazing. Movies. Real quick, have you seen any movies in the movie theaters in the past couple of weeks or so? And if so, is there anything that you recommend to the audience that you saw?
Well, we recently went and saw Snow White. I thought it was pretty awesome. I loved the way they made the dwarfs look. Even some people are hating on them, but I think they look pretty cool. I definitely recommend to go see that. That was pretty awesome. What else did we go see? I haven't seen the Minecraft movie yet, but I'm hoping we can go see it soon. Everybody's saying it's so cool. Once again, back to the Snow White thing. There is so much background like behind the Snow White like story that I didn't know before I watched that movie. So I thought it was pretty cool that I got to know the background of the actual fairy tale.
That's
Yeah.
nice. I've heard I've heard good things about it. And it's
Yeah.
good that to hear the feedback and you know it's to me it's interesting how they make the movies, the effects and you
Yeah.
know and but also in the back of my head I always think about how many times the actors and actresses have to retake the roles and you
I
know
know.
practice
My
the
favorite thing.
lines and because you know
Sorry.
it's also to me it's like a family effort. You know, it's like you
Yes,
all become a family at the end of the film or end of the
a
TV
hundred
show.
percent. My favorite thing is watching those YouTube videos of behind the scenes, how many times when they're so tired, and especially watching these, like TikToks and Reels. seeing them after long after they're done filming, after the movie is out, them still hanging out and going to lunch and making videos and doing fun projects. I think it's so cool when I see that. So I'm
That's
like, you didn't just make a movie together, you made a family.
Yeah.
that's true. Um, my last question, well, hopefully it is, but this is my question is, what is the most funniest moment you had on set so far?
I have to think about that one.
Good one, Ryoji.
Oh, I got one. Okay. So I was on this commercial and I had no idea what I was getting into. They were like, "You're gonna have to be best friends with a dog." And I was like, "Oh, dog, cute, right?" And I didn't know they were gonna put a big thing of peanut butter on my face so that it looked like the dog liked me. So the whole entire shoot, the dog was just licking my face. It was so hilarious. And we still have photos from that. So I think that's an amazing memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What kind of dog was
Yeah.
it?
A golden retriever, I
Okay.
think. Yeah. Yeah.
My last question for you, if there is anything that you can tell young people today, what would that message be?
Oh my goodness. You guys are asking crazy questions. Okay. Huh. Okay, I got one. To to go on the adventures and to go on like oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm still nervous for somehow. Try everything. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. If you love it, you find a new thing. Go on those adventures and go on that new trip. You know, if you don't want to go there again, who cares? It's your life. Live your life.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
love that. And where can people find you?
Instagram and KaliaMorehead.com. Yeah,
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
of course.
And, I
Thank
can't
you.
wait for all other upcoming projects you begin getting. And I hope you get that Disney show and the upcoming movies
Thank
and
you.
all other roles that you'll be doing. We'll be cheering for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Cross my fingers.
Fingers crossed that you land both of those auditions.
That would be amazing.
Yes, same here. Finger crossed. Well, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I love this opportunity.
You're very welcome.
Wishing you continued success on your journey and continue to be vulnerable and living in the space that you are now because this is the best place to be as a person, as a human, and knowing what you're capable of and still being humble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And, I want to say this real quick. You do have a very positive attitude, and I love your smile, and
I try.
your energy is so amazing. So
Thank
keep it
you.
up. And, I do watch Darman. I'm not ashamed to watch Darman. So
I'll see you on
I
there.
might, if I see you in Darman, I'll be cheering for you.
Thank you. You guys are so amazing.
You're very
Thank you
welcome
so
for
much.
thank you for
Thank you for
coming
supporting.
on, and we look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Okay. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.